Hello all. April 25th, 2012. I just wanted to show you something really quickly here. Spectacular, and it's all about this climate change that we're having here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Pretty bizarre looking weather, huh? Check that out. Now we're forecast to have rain starting tonight and tomorrow. A little bit. It's pretty unusual to get it this late in the year, especially in the latter 7 or 8 years. It's been very unusual to get it in April and May. Let's go check out barges in the bay since we're here. One. Well, it's so nice you can walk along these streets and there's no cars anymore because of the price of petrol. Speaking of that, let's go take a look. Has it gone down anymore? Inexpensive gas station. New low prices at the expensive gas station. As we've seen in the past, gas stations are slow to bring their prices down. That's when they make their most money. When the prices are going up, they kind of lose money or just break even. So I guess on the average, it all comes down to about a penny a gallon. That's what they make their money on if you average it out a year. Gas stations are the very end of the line and they get the least profit. So today, what I sort of want to do, right after we look at the Brent crude prices. So today they started a little over 118, probably about 118.2. It just sort of fluctuated for a while and then went all the way up here to, and then plummeted right on down to almost 117.6 or so, and then went right back up to about 118.5, back down, and then went right back up to almost 119, and right now it's about 118.5. 118.5. So what I'm going to talk about now, and that's how do you know if we're on peak or if we're at the plateau or whereabouts on the plateau we're at. So I spent a lot of time looking at this and looking at charts, and I wanted to share with you what I found. What I wanted to show you was signs that we're on the peak and that we're beyond the peak and that we're on the what's called the bumpy plateau. And these are 4 examples. This is the Dow Jones back into the 1930s. It reached this point, then it died back down, and it came back up, reached peak and came back down. And so in other words, we're on the bumpy plateau. And here on the NASDAQ, same thing. 1971, it was pretty smooth and just gradually went up. And then it suddenly spiked, peaked, and then came back down, and here we are on the bumpy plateau. These are following the oil, obviously, because the oil is doing exactly the same thing. And I'm talking about black crude. And here again on the FTSE, the FTSE 100, back from 1985, it was, that one's a little bit rougher. It's been kind of up. We're not sure if we're at peak on there yet, but we're definitely on the plateau, maybe the beginning of the plateau, and the peak is right here. Now the DAX, again 1994, you know, it looks like the DAX has already peaked and now is on the back end of the bumpy plateau. I'm not much of a stock market person myself. I just noticed this, so I thought I'd bring it to your attention. And if you want to add anything to it, you know, what your feelings on it are. Do you trade? I don't know. Anyway, that's one of the signs I see that we're on the plateau. And you'll also find that things like precious metals and such as copper. Copper has peaked and looks just like that. Looks like we're on the backside of copper. So there's so many things peaking at the same time. Both copper, steel has peaked, rare earth elements. Looks like China's now going to be the only one that has the rare earth elements to build some of the motors for electric vehicles. So all these things are going to just keep going up in price, especially things like copper and rare earths. And that's why you're seeing things like appliances that use motors going up and up in price, or anything that uses copper or steel. Same with anything that uses oil. Well, next item is the Elgin gas platform in the North Sea. It's been gushing gas. Well, apparently maybe that gusher has slowed down by maybe between 1/3 to 2/3. There's 2 relief wells just starting and should be done in 6 months. We'll keep you up on that. And if anybody has any more information on the possible gas reduction, I can't confirm it. I've only got one source that says that. So on such a strange weather day, I was going to go and well, let me just show you this weather a little bit, and then we'll go. And I wanted to show you one more thing before we leave. I wanted to show you this one because we bought this one several years ago, and the prices really haven't changed that much. They're right over there. There's the mixer, and there's the old Cuisinart. Here's the Cuisinarts. They're more modern looking now, up to date. Okay guys, until next time.